Silence ASMR here, and welcome to the next episode of my Pokemon HeartGold playthrough. And I'm gonna show you some changes that I've made to the team starting off. The biggest one is, you'll notice in the corner there, we got a new team member, which is my Batwing, aka Zubat. I decided I wanted to go ahead and have a Crobat on this team, similar to my team I use on Soul Silver, or I should say my Soul Silver playthrough that I'm playing, off camera, on my own. And I'm thinking I actually may want to basically run my team that I have on there right now for this playthrough for you guys, but we'll see. As you can see, Kamoa is still up on screen, but I'm torn on whether I want to take it off or not. So, alright, I did a time skip there because, as you can see, I went into the Ilex Forest forgetting that I do not have cut yet. And not only that, I haven't even played or fought against the Azalea Town Gym leader to get the badge needed for it. So I'm going to go in here and buy some items and then talk to Kurt. This is being recorded afterwards, after the fact, post-commentary as it were, because I and my wife over the weekend were under the weather, and that's actually the reason I'm doing one of these HeartGold videos. It's a bummer because I actually got in my lighting kit for my green screen to try and record some new type of content for you folks and the channel. And we did get it set up and, did some testing with it, but yeah, over the weekend I was just out of it. So I decided to just rest up, take it easy, make sure I wasn't coming down with the you-know-what virus. Because I was supposed to go back to work, obviously. And, yeah, I wanted to just rest up, and I recorded, actually, the game footage while I was in bed. And, I'm doing better, but I did not record the audio at the time. And as you'll notice on the game here, we do not have audio either. It's weird. OBS did not record audio, and I don't know what happened, because typically I've not had a problem with it doing that. So, anywho, we have talked to Kurt. We are now headed to deal with Team Rocket and them cutting off Slowpoke tails. A true crime, even though Slowpoke don't even feel it when their tails are cut off, according to something I read somewhere. I forget where it was. But yeah, apparently Slowpoke don't even feel it. So we talked to Kurt here, and in his enthusiasm, he fell down the well. So we have to go take care of everybody for him. How convenient. How convenient. Anyway, we have to start off here, and as you'll notice, I'm switching out. We have to start off with Zubat being at level 3, aka Batwing, and it's going to be an arduous journey doing switching out level grinding, trying to get him up. But if I try to go level grind in the grass with him rather than taking on trainers, it's gonna take forever. And I'm already gonna have to cut out a large portion of gameplay I recorded, which was just me level grinding my team, because it was a long time, much longer than I anticipated. So yeah, we just get Zubat in there for the experience, and then throw him right back out, or throw him right back in, I should say, to his Pokeball, and throw out Spearow and Cora. And Kamoa and Cora, I should say. I have a bad problem forgetting their nicknames, but while I am spamming through these things, Team Rocket Battles, I wanted to kind of give an update on the channel. As I mentioned, I got my lighting for my green screen. If all does well, which we've done some, I and my wife have done some testing with the setup and everything, I plan to, I have 3 or 4 immediate video ideas I would like to do for the channel using, the green screen, and it'll be, a couple of them will be roleplay. Actually, 3 of them. One of the other ideas would not be, but it would be kind of cool to have it in the background with the video I would be doing. And, outside of that, I have actually 2 or 3 other video ideas right now, outside of the green screen videos that I would like to record. And on top of those, I have other video ideas on standby if I can't pull those off, or eventually they just don't work out. So I even have a somewhat unique video idea, kind of thanks to my wife. We were actually at the store getting groceries, and I needed to get my coffee. I'm a massive, massive coffee drinker. I think it's a universal prerequisite for anyone who is creative or is in music, etc. And I was getting Pete's coffee. I typically do that, or Folgers 1850 series. And I decided to go get some more Pete's. It was the dark roast Major Dickinson brand, or version. And I happened to realize that I had gotten the beans, not the actual pre-ground, and I took a whiff. And oh my god, it smelled so good. And my wife suggested an ASMR video where I take the beans and put them in a pestle and mortar and break it down, and then eventually, make it and, drink it and let you guys know how it is, with the primary focus of the video being the grinding down and making of the coffee beans. And I think that's a fantastic idea if I can pull it off. The store didn't have a pestle mortar. I got a salsa bowl and then a meat tenderizer. I don't know if those will work as well. I'm gonna have to buy a pestle and mortar online if I want to get one, unless I want to go hunt down different stores for it. So, we'll see. I try not to use up extra gas going to places, and I try to avoid going to a lot of places, repeatedly, because, COVID's still a thing. But anyway, that is another potential video idea. But I wanted to give an update on that. I'm recording this video, and then I'm going to try to record another couple of videos to upload, because I am going on a vacation from work, and I and my wife will be visiting family. But during that time, hopefully I'll have some videos to edit and upload in the meantime, whenever I have downtime. And there's some personal family matters as well going on right now with us that may take me away from the video uploads, but I'll try to work it in when I can. So that's enough of the life and video and channel updates. Actually, I tell a lie. There's one more thing. On my time off, I hope to come up with an intro for the channel. I don't know what I'll do yet. I'm trying to think. But my main thoughts are it's going to have something to do with the name Deafening Silence. So that theme of mine will probably have something to do with the intro of the channel, but hopefully I'll come up with something. So I'm doing the grinding here through the Team Rocket to grunts and doing the switch training and etc. And I am not getting a lot of experience points. This was it was a source of frustration for me. I was like, my gosh, I've gotten spoiled by playing Nuzlocke randomizers where they'll throw legendaries or evolved Pokemon at you, and you get all the big experience points from taking those Pokemon out. But all these bats and bugs and rats and birds, it's just it's very hard at first. So here is Rocket Executive Proton, and this is a very interesting chapter in the Pokemon franchise, as they actually gave names to Team Rocket members outside of Giovanni. And they actually expanded on, like NPCs within the world of Pokemon and such. Because typically the only people really given names were like the main boss or gym trainers, They were given like actual status and standings and leadership and etc. But sadly for Proton, this battle is not going to go his way at all. I'm massively over-leveled here, which is going to be funny whenever I get out of here and I go up against my rival, because at that point I am not. It's a pretty massive jump. And he's going to send in his Coughing here. Coughing is a pretty awesome Pokemon. I've always liked Coughing. It's cool looking, and it actually has a gender, even though it's just a blob of gas and gunk and smog and bleh. But sadly for Coughing and Wheezing, their playing style is not something that suits me very well. I'm pretty much a over-leveled, one-shot, one-kill kind of guy. But yeah, I run into Coughing here with Kamoa, and it's a little bit of a grind. I say grind a lot, don't I? Reminds me of iDubbbz and his content cop on Jinx. Talking about that grind. It's straight grind. 24/7 grind. I'm on that grind. God, I miss iDubbbz and his content cops. He would have a gold mine right now with the junk that's on YouTube. Between the balls and Tana and Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. Oh my gosh. I mean, we've got the reason why reality TV shows have died is because all those people migrated to YouTube and started up YouTube channels. Seriously, folks. But yeah, there's a Proton, no problem. And this happened. So, this hasn't really happened to me before, but it could have been because I was doing the emulator and OBS combined, but yeah, the sprites just went ridiculous. Which I was like, while I was recording it, I was like, okay, fine, I'll just, restart the game, or save and restart the game, and see how it works. But too many people kept talking. And then, of course, the screen went black once it took me to his house, right? Just got even more crazy. And, so yeah, here in a second, you'll see me, randomly pop back on the screen with the game ready to go again. Alright, so I am back here with the game reloaded. And, I think I stupidly started to go back into the forest, forgetting that at this point, that my rival, who I named Eddie, I believe in the canon his name's Ethan, I don't know why I named him Eddie. Maybe I was thinking of Eddie Guerrero because he was lying and cheating and stealing, getting that Pokemon from Professor Elm or something. But, yeah, so I healed my Pokemon here, and I forgot about Eddie, so I didn't go trade. Or, I mean, train, not trade, train. And, yeah, so I get thrown into this battle with Eddie unprepared, and I did not realize what the level of his Pokemon were going to be. And it wouldn't even have been an issue had I just went to the gym first, but I did not. So here we go. I'm kind of with only a couple of Pokemon that are decent, but I'm fixing to run into a problem, which is his strongest Pokemon is higher level than mine. So here's Eddie. And Eddie's going to throw out that Ghastly. And I was actually fixing to start to battle with Zubat here. I thought maybe I'd be able to give it a shot, but with just Leech Life, it just wasn't worth the gamble. So, even though I do like gambling, playing poker, that is not the kind of winning hand. That's not the kind of hand that's going to win games for you, bruh. So, I threw out Kamoa, and Kamoa has a dark move, Pursuit. So, that wasn't going to be a problem at all. I love Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. Cool designs, great little theory behind Gengar being an evil Clefairy, or Clefable, I should say. I can't remember if that was confirmed or not by Game Freak, but it's a cool idea. So, as I sit here and watch the game, I'm still torn about whether I want to keep Spearow in or not. But I'll have to do some thinking. So, there is Batwing again. Gonna do some more switching out, and if I had known that things were gonna be this difficult with Croconaw here, I would have just skipped the switching out, because Croconaw got me off guard. Because its move Bite did a crap ton of damage despite not even being a same type attack bonus, otherwise known as Stab. And it just blasts me, no problem. And I'm like, well, great. My only other Pokemon I can use here is the Pokemon that has a type advantage against. So I use Quick Attack, and it does jack. And Water Gun, of course, just blasts me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to switch to use an Ember. I know it won't be very effective, but maybe at least I can get a burn, which will cut its attack in half. And as you will see, weirdly enough, Croconaw just starts spamming scary faces, but during all that time, Ember will not burn it once. And I'm like, yep, that's my luck. That's my luck. Looking back on it now, I'm like, yeah, this was a nice little challenge, but dang, was it stressful. I'm typically not used to being that off guard when it comes to battling, but it was kind of fun. So I healed up, and it hits me with Water Gun again, and I just keep breaking it down, or actually I heal up here. But, you know, even healing up here, I was like, geez, this still could go really badly. I was like thinking, you know, he still has another Pokemon. And I didn't remember what it was at the time, so I was like, this could go really okay if I get through Croconaw really badly. But of course I had Quick Attack here, so I was able to make sure that I went first. And booyah. Croconaw goes down to me, which if I hadn't healed, that definitely wouldn't have been the case. So level 9, and Words Astonish. Yay. Not really something I needed. But here is Zubat next. So, even here, I was like, man, maybe I could battle with Zubat against it. It's not going to do a ton of damage to me. But, I was like, yeah, maybe I could avoid sending out Cora again. And then I was like, nah, better not. So I just went ahead and used a potion to get Cora healed up. And yeah, this just did not go. This did not go the way I thought it would, but hey. So, I'm right here at the end, fixing to take Cora out, or Zubat out. But it did get a little bit scary, because Cora was confused. And it hit itself, and then Zubat hit me, and I was actually thinking here, how did I not get taken out? But it was because it was either luck or, my Pokemon was just that tough. So, and also Zubat, was pretty weak in its attack there. I hate the weak Pokemon trainers. It doesn't matter who or what. I hate to see them hanging around. That goes for Team Rocket too. Blah, 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 blah. I was skipping through the text here. So, yeah, and he threatens me, even though I just whooped him in a Pokemon battle, no problem. But I'm gonna go in here and heal up, and when I come back, we're gonna be in Ilex Forest for the next little part. Alright, so we're entering Ilex Forest, and I also bought some items off screen to replenish myself. And we're gonna run into this little dude here who lost the Farfetch'd that cut trees for him and his boss. And of course that's a hint as to what our first day gym is gonna be. This first Farfetch'd is pretty easy. You just step on the twigs there to get it to face that direction, and then you make your way all the way around, making your way downtown. Something, da 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 da. And I don't know the lyrics. And we encounter a Paris here, which I've always liked Paris from a design perspective. And I've mentioned this, I don't know in how many videos now, but I still find it intriguing how Paris was one of the few and very few Pokemon, I should say, to have a Pokédex entry that actually referenced us, basically. As most people know now, Pokemon has its own universe and regions and such that are inspired by the real world. As you saw, I captured Paris here, by the way. But Paris, it mentions how people in China used their mushrooms. But of course we know what's growing on it is a parasite that eventually takes over it when it evolves into parasite. So I call it cordyceps, which is inspired by the real-life fungus that infects ants and other insects. And of course was used in the making of The Last of Us as the catalyst for the game's version of a zombie uprising. And we found the one Farfetch'd, but we got another plot twist. Dun dun dun. It's okay though, it's not that bad. The only thing that's really bad here is that Pokemon kept showing up. And impeded my progress. So another Paris, which I go ahead and battle it. Because needed the experience. So as I'm taking this out and I'm fixing ahead to get to this other Farfetch'd, as it relates to this Pokemon playthrough, if this, goes well, and I edit out a lot of stuff, I think I can get through this series in, somewhere around 16, 17 videos or so. If I don't, and I take my time, it could be, 20 videos or something like that. But, if it is something that people will like and watch, I have no problem going and playing the rest of the generations out there, 1 through 6 or 7 or whatever. I'm not going to play Generation 8, sorry guys. I was not a fan of what they did with that. But here I'm facing off against an Oddish that showed up right as I was fixing to confront that Farfetch'd and its evil ways of running away from its master. Doesn't it realize it's a slave? I mean, we beat in Generation 5, we proved Pokemon should be slaves, right? But yeah, I captured Oddish here and add to the Pokedex, which that's another thing about the series. I'm going to be doing a lot of level grinding off screen, but I'm going to try to keep all Pokemon captures on screen, because, well, that's the name of the game, right? Gotta catch them all. And since this thing is called Oddish, but it looks like a radish, I ended up calling it Bad Rad, because Gloom and Vileplume kind of turn into some nasty creatures, as evidenced by some of the Pokedex entries. So Farfetch'd here is not too difficult. You just need to basically push it all the way around. And yeah, just corner here, then it's going to pop up there, and that's the last spot you need to take it to. And I was fixing to make a mistake there until I realized, wait, that's not what I needed to do. You need to go around. You step on those twigs, but catches attention. Don't step on those others. Let me take out this. Actually, I ran away from the Zubat, and then I got frustrated. I'm like, screw this. So I went into my bag and grabbed a repel. Gonna take care of this issue real quick. And, yeah. So you just go your way around, and then boom. There might have been an easier. You could have just went ahead and talked to it, from the front where you came from and pushed it over to that corner, but, I take the long way. I'm meticulous. Here's this weird dude here named as Farfetch'd, if I can say it. Far and fetched. Pokepuns, am I right? So we got that HM from him, but we still have to deal with that pesky Azalea Gym. And I was fixing to teach Cut to, or look and see who I could teach Cut to, I should say, but the only one that could learn it was Cora, and I did not want to give it to Cora. So I'm going to go back and grab Bellsprout and teach it Cut. But when I actually come back on the screen, we're going to have done that, and we're going to have level grinded Zubat up, and then, or Batwing I should say, and then Cora and Kamoa a couple of levels. So I will be right back, folks. And I am back. Here we are, and looking at the Pokemans that I have. You'll see the Poison Ivy down there that I brought in to use Cut, but there is Batwing, now at level 17. It has learned a Wing Attack and Bite, much better moves. Then we have Kamoa here, level 18. It learned Aerial Ace much earlier than previous generations, which is nice. And then Cora, which did not learn anything, but that's fine, it has enough. All of our Pokemon either have a type advantage against this gym, or moves that are effective against this gym, or So this is a pretty easy gym, and much easier than our battle against our rival, really. But you're fixing to see something here in the gym that I think is pretty hilarious that I'll point out. Alright, so we're just kind of sweeping through the Pokemans here, no problem. And this Weedle just went down without a fight. Batwing actually could probably take out this whole gym by himself, but I like to spread the wealth around. So we're going to go back here, and here's where I think this gym is kind of hilarious, in a sad way. As we get on the weird, I guess they're supposed to be Spinnerack, but, or Ariados, which is funny. Like, Bugsy could have had an Ariados here. So, this dude is educating us on how, bug Pokemon evolve really young, so they get powerful really quick, right? He is going to have a Beedrill. Yeah, he's going to have a Beedrill. He's got a Weedle, a Kakuna, and a Beedrill. Now, you would think that a regular gym trainer in here having a Beedrill means that, the gym leader himself, who's supposed to be the best in the gym, would have a Beedrill. You would think, but no, he does not have a Beedrill. He's got a Scyther, a Kakuna, and a Metapod. If Bugsy had had a Scyther, a Butterfree, and a Beedrill, he would have been pretty freaking awesome. And I think it's also funny that, he doesn't have a single Generation 2 bug. He could have had Spinnerack or Ariados, or, could have had a Scyther, or a Scizor, but no. But it doesn't matter. Everyone in here is going out easy, no problem. And here I go ahead and switch out to Cora because I have a leveling method of keeping Cora, or whatever my starter is, a level higher than the rest of my team. It's a sentimental thing. And so I got a single level 13 Paraseer from this dude. No problem. No issue there. And I know in this video that I'm doing the pops and sizzles and stuff like that are probably really noticeable, and if they're very abrasive, I apologize. I'm gonna try my best to edit those out, but one of my next purchases is going to be looking into a really good windshield, or the other one, I can't remember what that one's called, a windshield or a pop filter. There we go, pop filter. I've been focusing on my video quality and equipment lately, and I need to get back into the audio side because that's what's most important. So we have a double battle here, and double battles, of course, were introduced in Gen 3, and they had quite a few in Gen 3, and they tried to integrate them into Fire Red after, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and then they try to integrate them a little bit into the Gen 2 remakes, but they didn't want to change up too much from the story and the gameplay. It was really meant to be, a remastering, and there were some additions, which we'll get into later. They're going to be important for some of the Pokemon that are going to be on the team. And yeah, we take out the twins, no ribbon. So we got just one trainer left, and that would be the gym leader himself, Mr. Bugsy. If bugs don't make you hop, you're bugging. Yeah, we're only bugging. Who says a bug can't jam? You're bugging. If y'all don't know who I am, you're bugging. 15 bonus points if you can tell me what that's from. And it's fair if you don't remember, because I'm trying to remember some of the lyrics right now. But anyway, here we go. Bugsy leads off with that Scyther I was talking about, which I love Scyther. Scyther is in my top 10 favorite Pokemon designs all time. And Scyther might be on this team. I don't want to give a 100% guarantee on that, because I'm wanting to do a Gen 2 only team. But I don't know. I may edit that a little bit. We'll see. I'm kind of indecisive right now on this team and what's going to be there. But I can get a Scyther pretty early in the game, so it's kind of tempting. And yeah, I did manage to burn it, but this dude was putting up a fight. He was much sturdier than I expected him to be. And then of course Bugsy used that super potion. But it's not going to take too long to take it out. Just use another Ember here. It did use a quick attack on me, which got a little bit more on me, but after another Ember and then burn damage, it just wasn't going to cut it. 681 points and a level up to level 20, which at that point we can learn Flame Wheel. And I'm going to replace here. I might, I don't know why I looked at Ember here, because I'm like, I have quick attack and tackle, just get rid of one of those, which of course would be tackle, because quick attack, has the, it takes primary, attack over everyone else. So we learned Flame Wheel, and we've taken out Bugsy's best Pokemon, so the rest here is just, mop-up duty. And I'm going to send out Kamoa here. Not Samoa, Kamoa. To take care of business. And Aerial Ace will take care of it, no problem. And Metapod, it always threw me off about which part was the face, because of how it looked in 2D pictures and drawings and stuff. The anime kind of actually really helped me figure out for sure where the head was. Here we go. Aerial Ace took that one out too, no problem. So, it's like Bugsy, if you had just evolved your Pokemon, you might could have had a chance against me. Maybe. If I didn't really take my time. So he's going to give us the Hive Badge here, which will allow all Pokemon up to level 30 to obey you, no problem. And it also allows you to use Cut. And he's going to give us HM89, which is U-Turn, which is if I remember correctly, at least previously, in times past, it was a decent competitive Pokemon move, but I don't think it's like horribly effective in just a regular story playthrough. If this was Gen 5 where you had unlimited TM usage, I would throw it on a Pokemon and see how it works in game strategy wise, but alas, this is a generation which as of yet did not have that. One of the things I liked about Generation 5 is, I took a hiatus from playing Pokemon. I don't know if it was on purpose or just how life played out, but I played Generation 3, and then I missed out on Generation 4, and nearly Generation 5. I got Pokemon Black, right as Black 2 and White 2 were coming out. And, of course, during that time, I missed this series Soul Silver. So, I nearly missed out on both. I nearly missed out on like 3 or 4 years worth of games. And getting into Pokemon Black, I was pleasantly surprised to see that TM change. It's one of the best moves Pokemon's done. So, here's Cut. And we finally get to use it with Bellsprout. And we see the shrine here, which is dedicated to the legendary trio. And we make our way through the forest here. But we get stopped real quick by Pokemans, which is another Paris. And yeah, speaking of Generation 5, it had, a great story. The only, and some really good mechanics, as I find a slightly hidden item here, which is X-Attack. The only thing the only thing still to this day that I have an issue with is the vast amount of Pokemon designs that I just did not like. Which is a shame because it has a couple of my all-time favorites in designs and usage in Hydreigon and Haxorus. But anyway, so we make our way around here to this guy because he's teaching a extremely useful move to us because we are awesome and we are the game protagonist and we got things to do. He's shaking trees using Headbutt. I guess he's just throwing his literal head against the tree, which, can't be safe. But that's fine. We are going to teach a decor here. And I'm going to get rid of Smokescreen. Though initially when I was playing this, I was fixing to get rid of Ember. And I don't know. I just was thinking, I was like, Smokescreen could be useful, but I just don't use it. And I was like, who knows how long I'll be in a particular section of the game where I'm using a ton of fire moves or something. But here is how you use Headbutt. You just face any of the millions of trees in the game. Use Headbutt, whammo, and most of the time, or a good amount of the time anyway, a Pokemon pops out, and we get a Butterfree. Now this this battle actually had quite a few lulls in it. So I use Bite here, which takes out a big chunk of its health. I'm like, oh boy, I didn't think it would do that much. But then it uses Confusion, and I'm like, oh no, this is super effective. I use a Leech Life to try and get some more of its health down. I was thinking, it won't do much. And it didn't. And it gave me no health, and Zubat continued to take a lot of damage. But I'm like, okay, I got it down. Should be no problem. Here's a Pokeball. And Butterfree was like, no, screw you. I don't care if you're on YouTube making a video where tons of people could see it and you could be embarrassed. I'm not going in that Pokeball. And I was like, Butterfree, why would you do that, man? Why would you do that? Do you even know who you're talking to here? This is like, I'm going to become a Pokemon champion on live pre-recorded video for everybody to see. And Butterfree's like, no, screw you, bro. Like, I'm going to kick out of a Pokeball. I'm not even going to make you think there's a chance. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Get in the dang ball, you dumb bastard. You dumb flying bastard. And Butterfree's like, yeah, just try to throw that white ball at me and see what happens. So I do. And whammo, nope. He's like, forget you, man. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to fool with you a bit. You're going to throw that great ball at me, and I'm going to make you think there's a chance. I'm going to put you on the edge there. Just to push you off the cliff. No, I'm not helping you. And then I was like, come on, man, just do it for the video. Just do it for the video. Okay, it'll be great. And he's like, fine, I'll just stay here. Maybe I'll get a good nap for once. And I catch Butterfree. Oh, man. So I got Butterfree. And this thing is a big freaking butterfly, let me say it. 3 feet 7 inches and 70 pounds. So, I know it's not a monarch butterfly, but monarch is a cool name and I like it, so don't judge me, just go away. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone to my game. So yeah, I name it monarch, and I don't even spell it like the typical way. I put it an RK on the end, because I'm cool like that. Not COOL cool, but KOOL cool. Yeah, leave me alone. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and heal up Zubat, aka Batwing here. I was like, not realizing how close I was to actually getting out of this place. And, this woman right here is so stupid. And let me tell you why she's so stupid. She's lost in this force, right? She's lost in this force. I'm telling her how to get out of here, right? I'm heading the particular direction that I am going to get out of here. I'm trying to tell her. She won't listen to me speaking English where she can understand, but she's going to listen to the dang Pokemon that can't speak any English at all and is just probably making tons of weird gestures. That's why you're lost in the forest, girl. So I was trying to check and see here what its friendship was with me, and it's just saying how it got tangled up branches, and I'm just like, forget it. Because I know I'm close to a Golbat, and I could be even closer to a Crobat than I think, but yeah. It wasn't telling me, so. Alright, so I've made my way out of Ilex Forest onto Route 34 here. And I am in the grass. I was trying to find a specific Pokemon, which, I think was Abra. But, it was not showing up. There was actually a couple of Pokemon that I knew were there was a couple of Pokemon that I knew that I had not seen yet that were in this route, but I couldn't think of which ones they were. So I'm moving back and forth here, and, well, I didn't get the one I was looking for, but I got this dude here. A lovely banana elephant hybrid that was dipped in chocolate. I'm just kidding. Drowsy is not an elephant. It is not modeled and inspired by an elephant. It is actually based off of the taper. More specifically, I'll tell you here. It is specifically inspired by a Malayan tapir, which is the largest species of the tapir, and they are native to Asia. And I just caught the thing, as you can see, and I give it this name. And the only thing I can tell you is that it is inspired by the Yu-Gi-Oh card Garnecia Elephantis, which again, Drowsy is not an elephant. But the reason I named it that is because for some reason Drowsy always makes me think of that Pokemon or that Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then once I think of the Yu-Gi-Oh card, I think of the anime episode where Pegasus just makes a fool out of Bandit Keith because he can read his mind, of course. And he has a kid come up and absolutely wipe the floor with Bandit Keith, who plays Garnecia Elephantis. But yeah, it's really weird how people, including myself, come up with names for things. So there's Sandshrew. I love Sandshrew's design and Sandslash. I just wish they were better Pokemon in terms of stats and what moves they learn. Alright, he sends out Spearow now. And no problem. I'm pretty high leveled compared to these trainers now, which is so funny because, Eddie had a level 18. But I'm just making my way through these trainers, and, it's kind of boring on screen, it's And to play sometimes it is, I play the vast majority of my Pokemon on an emulator, and I can use the space bar to, speed up how fast it's going so I can get through a lot of battles quickly if I'm trying to get to the next part of the story or the next route to find Pokemon or the next town. But when you're doing it here, just regular speed. Oh, and I'm facing off against a Mareep here. That's a hint as a possible Pokemon on the team. But yeah, it's Pokemon. Even though Pokemon Fire Red is it is in my top 5 favorite games all time. Pokemon does have this problem where they just throw onto you a ton of trainers left and right. You just have to kind of grind through them mindlessly to get, through them to the next section. And it can be, a little bit wearisome at times. And that's why a lot of Pokemon players come up with Nuzlockes and different types of challenges, etc. to make the game more interesting and more challenging and more fun for them, or if they're making a YouTube video or something. So I trade phone numbers with this guy, which I shouldn't have done because, he's pretty weak. I'd be embarrassed to have his number in there, but, And then there's my mom calling me to let me know she bought something with my money. And there's Lyra. And they have, changed this to where the old couple running this daycare center are actually grandparents to one of the key characters in the game. And, not as good as you, Grandpa. Get out of here. I said, get out of here. So, and here is where it gets kind of weird. The old grandma's, she's insinuating that a couple of 10-year-olds are dating. Which I guess is not so weird in this game when you consider the fact that 10-year-olds are leaving their house without parental supervision and going on adventures across the entire region with dangerous monsters that could destroy all of humanity. Yeah, there's a lot of weird implications with Pokemon, but that's what makes it fun. So we exchange phone numbers, and yeah, and she tells her grandma, don't even think about it. But I am not a simp. I will not be using that phone number. So that's going to do it for this video here. We're going to end this. And next time we're going to try to add a couple of members to the team. We're going to go into our next city and route, possibly going to face the gym. And we're going to see what else awaits us. I don't know when the next episode of this particular playthrough will be, but I will have another video back again for you guys real soon. Take care and be safe out there. Deafening Silence out.